Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. The topic of discussion, topics I'm going to discuss will be my pregnancy, giving birth during the pandemic, and what it's like being a mom. So I would like for everyone to meet Trinity. Trinity, meet everyone. I found out I was pregnant July 21st of last year after coming back from our honeymoon, and I was in shock about seeing the results, and TJ, he was very shocked, and we both got emotional. So the first person I called, of course, was my mom, and she was excited. My whole family was excited. And then we went to tell his parents. They were completely shocked. They were excited but more shocked. I wish you guys could see the video, but you know, that's kind of personal, so yeah. But the first trimester for me was really rough. When I say the vomiting was horrible, I couldn't keep anything down. Only thing I kept down was ramen noodles, and then that started to become an issue. And then as time progressed, it started to get easier and easier. Then I found Preggy Pops, in which they were a lifesaver. So the Preggy Pops were very, very good. Some of them were, they were alright. The second trimester, it was getting easier and easier, and I didn't really show till I was about maybe between 5 and 6 months. I think that's the average of when a person starts to show. But my belly wasn't that huge. I didn't start to get bigger until like the third trimester. Like, I turned to the side in the mirror and I was just like, whoa. But rewind to the gender reveal. So I wanted a girl, and TJ, of course, wanted a boy. Well, not of course, but he wanted a boy. So we made a bet, and the day of the gender reveal, which I may or may not post on my on the channel, who knows. So the day of the gender reveal, we had fun. We had our close family and friends there, and my sister and my mom, and well, actually my sister and my brother, they did the gender reveal, but my mom helped. So we found out it was a girl. Of course, I was ecstatic. I was excited. TJ, on the other hand, if you would have come in on the video and explain how you felt to find out that we were having a girl. That's exactly his reaction. That was his exact reaction. So he wasn't so excited, but at the end, well, later on, he got excited because he knew that she was gonna be a daddy's girl, and she still is a daddy's girl. Yeah, you agreeing with me. You're agreeing. So with the whole pandemic going on, my birthing plan was to have my husband and my mom in the birthing room, because one, I was scared to give birth, because I was hearing stories, and me and and my husband decided to watch someone give birth, and that was traumatizing. So once the pandemic hit, I was told that I was only allowed one person in the birthing room, and I was kind of upset because I really needed my mom there, because she helped me during the childbirthing classes due to TJ being at work, and I just needed my mom to be like my other support person. So as time progressed and I prayed and wishful thinking, and the day before I got induced, and by the way, I got induced because Trinity's due date was March 22nd, and yeah, and she decided she wanted to come on March 24th. So the day before my induction was scheduled, I got a call from the hospital saying that I was allowed 2 people, and I was grateful that they changed their policy, and that that they had to stay there during the entire labor process. So fast forward, I got induced March 23rd at 8 o'clock at night. The contractions were getting she like, yeah, I'm talking about my appearance. The contractions were very, very strong. They were like really, really, for those who haven't experienced contractions, they're like period cramps times 20. So the contractions were minutes on seconds apart, and they were gonna I was still at 1 centimeter, so they tried to put a balloon device inside me to where I can dilate faster. So soon as they inserted the device, it came boop right back out. So that was a Trinity telling us that she didn't need that. So then they decided to let me go ahead and go into labor myself and, get through the contractions. I asked for a birthing ball because that helped me a lot. They kept checking me, and then I've progressed a lot after the getting Pitocin to jumpstart the labor. Then about at 4 centimeters, my mom and I decided and my husband decided that it was time for the epidural. So, wow. The epidural was the most painful thing besides giving birth.
I can't believe you remember that.
It was a very large needle. They had to numb me really bad. Well, of course, my husband and my mom had to step out the room, so it took them a long time to come back into the room until the epidural was finished. The epidural was painful going in, and if I even jumped, it was going to be a risk of paralyzation, so I made sure I kept still as possible. Due to me having a curve in my spine, the epidural took a little bit longer to process. Fast forward to me staying in the bed. I couldn't get back up after that. So next thing I know, I feel like I'm peeing myself. I told the nurse, I'm like, nurse, I'm peeing on myself. They was like, oh, your water just broke. I was just like, oh my gosh, this is getting real. I'm about to have a baby. Like, oh my goodness. So my water broke. I didn't feel anything any numbness. I was numb. So fast forward to the very pressure and the urge to push. The urge of the push made me feel like I had to take a bowel movement. I'm not even gonna lie. So at that point, they kept checking me. They was like, you're at 6 centimeters, you're at 7 centimeters, you're at 8. And next thing I know, I was at 10 centimeters really fast. And I was like, okay, it's time. I was like, call the nurse, I'm ready to push. Pushed for 17 minutes. I was in labor for 10 hours. And at 6:10 a.m., this beautiful little girl decided to come into the world. I did manage to get a stitch. That hurt. But overall, I cried. Okay. When they told me to push, they said I was doing great. I pushed. And behold, she came out. And I instantly cried. The feeling of being emotional, I just couldn't believe I'm a mom. I became a mom. Like, it was a joyous occasion because I got to bring another life into the world. Me and my husband brought a beautiful baby girl into this world. And it was just really emotional. I was just so in disbelief. I was like, I'm a mom. And so during this pandemic, we were not on lockdown, but we had to stay at the hospital, and we couldn't have any visitors. So me and my husband had to stay the night, and my mom had to go home. So night one was really crazy. Waking up every about maybe hour and a half to 2 hours. Bless you. Feeding her, changing her, making sure she was great. Me and TJ, we really didn't get much sleep the first couple of nights because we were just so paranoid. We didn't want to, miss anything, or we felt like we just felt paranoid. We was like, is she okay? Is she breathing? Did she turn around? And of course the nurses kept coming in, checking up on us and stuff like that. And the very next day we got to go home due to the pandemic. And we also had to make sure she was healthy enough to go home, and sure enough she was. We were on lockdown. We quarantined ourselves and only had select few. When I say select few to visit, meaning our parents and my siblings, and that was about it, to see her for the first maybe month or two. And to this day, the pandemic has affected a lot, especially me being a first-time mom, because I want to, show my baby off, show the world, like, hey, this is my beautiful daughter. I'm finally a mom. I get to do things with my friends that are moms, but everything came to a halt, and giving birth, what I should say, Trinity will have a story to tell to her children about the time she was born, about how the coronavirus or COVID-19 pandemic has affected her lifestyle and her first couple of months of life. So If you guys have any questions you want to ask me, leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you for listening, and stay tuned for the next video. Bye. Say bye, guys.